Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. 80% of the people in Canada own and drive their own cars, and around 10 to 15% of the people use public transport, and the remaining 5% around people use actually their own other means. Although 80% of people use car, it's not necessary that everybody wants to buy a car or maintain a car, and the biggest reason is the monthly maintenance cost of car is pretty much higher. In this video, I'm going to give you actual cost benefit analysis of owning a car against using public transport. Let's begin the video with the first thing, car. So car has, as you can imagine, there are several cost factors involved in car when it comes to monthly maintenance. The first part is the purchase itself. Whether you purchase the car based through financing ways or you paid full cash. Like for example, in our case, it costed around 12 to 13,000 and we paid full cash when we were purchasing it. So we don't have any monthly EMI burden or bi-weekly EMI burden. But many people who buy a new car or a car from dealership will probably go for financing. So that can cost somewhere from $150 to $400, $500 per month. Mostly the EMIs will be bi-weekly, but still for the calculation purpose, I'm going to put $300 per month as your EMI. So the next biggest cost factor in Canada is actually your insurance. It is a monthly expense that you have to pay. The monthly insurance premium varies from place to place and from car model to car model. So the insurance can vary somewhere from $150 to $400 a month. We pay $200 per month in London, Ontario, and we only have taken third-party insurance. So according to that, I'm going to put $200 per month as the minimum expense. Please note these are basically very conservative estimations. Third of category is the fuel cost. The cost of fuel can vary depending on where you stay and where your office or what is the commute that you're doing, etc. 1 liter of fuel here costs around $1.5, and you can imagine 10 kilometers per liter as your mileage for calculation purpose. I am putting $150 because this is what the monthly expense we get for fuel. I use car for commuting to office every day, and that's usually around 20-25 kilometers per day is my daily usage. Next point I want to consider is maintenance. So maintenance is one of the biggest headache because wherever you take your car for repairing, the biggest expense that you will be billed is the man hour. In a year, if you have to go for a minor, especially for used car, if you have to go for a minor repairs and all, so you might easily shell out $300-$400 easily. Something like oil leak or something like that, you will have to spend like $600-$700. There is a likely chance that you will go for a second-hand car, and that requires a little bit of initial maintenance. So considering that, $1,200 per year, which is roughly about $100 per month, I think is a very conservative and decent estimate. And the last charge I want to put, just average it out to $30 per month as other maintenance. This includes if you want to wash your car, like if you're someone who regularly washes your car, it costs around $15 for washing. Altogether, sum it up, $800 per month is your car owning and maintaining cost in Canada. By looking at this $800, don't say that, okay, better than this is using public transport. No, let me tell you the other side of the story. The public transport in Canada is not a very easy to explain kind of thing. Although you have good connectivity, like from wherever point to point you want to go, there are some complications within the public transport system. The first and foremost thing is each city is considered as independent, has its own transportation department basically. Like for example, Mississauga is Mississauga Transit. Toronto has TTC. There is one transit called Go Transit. It's a Go Bus or Go Train, which connects all these cities together. If you're living within one city and your travel is within that city, for example, if you're within Toronto area and your house and office, everything is commuting is within Toronto area, then it's very simple. You can take a monthly pass of $150 and that will cater for your entire month of travel, and you can travel in whichever public transport available within the Toronto city. But the challenge is in the another scenario. For that, let me explain that I used to live in Oakville and I used to go to office in Etobicoke. So that basically I have to go from Oakville via Mississauga and then Etobicoke, which is Toronto. Although travel time was just 1 hour, I'm changing 3 transportation systems. First, I'll take Oakville Transit from here to the nearest bus stand, and from there I'll take Go Bus, and then from there I'll take Toronto Travel TTC. The ticket, 3 different tickets, and there is nothing like one pass for all these things. Commonly, other than Go, the city transportations will have like $304 for 2 hours of ticket. If you're changing from one transportation to another, you have to pay ticket every time. $3.5 I used to pay from my home to the nearest Go bus stop. From here to Mississauga, like Square One Mall, I used to pay another $7-8, and from there, third bus I'm taking, that's again $3.4. So put together one side itself, I used to pay good $12-13 easily. So one trip used to cost me $25. So this is where the public transport is a challenge for us. So according to this, then in a monthly you're spending like $25 per day into 20 days. Also, if you take that, becomes roughly about $450 just on public transport. Now, if you compare between owning a car and public transport, yes, if you're within the city, it looks like public transport is a very beneficial thing. If you're in different city, then it seems like the advantage of going by public transport is not so lucrative. With respect to public transport, there are certain other challenges. The first one being the frequency of buses every 30 minutes, except the major streets and during the peak time. Second challenge is during the winter time, imagine it's like snowing heavily or it's like minus 20 degrees Celsius. You have to go outside and stand in the bus stop during that winter. And if you miss a bus by chance, which most likely happens that you will miss just by 10 seconds, you're going to the bus stop, bus just is leaving in front of you. And if something like that happens, you are like, you will have to wait for next 30 minutes in the bus stop. Another major challenge is if you have to travel between two different distant cities. Let's say, for example, if I have to travel from London, Ontario to Toronto, which is around 200 kilometers, the public transport is very, very limited. Considering all these reasons, car seems to be a better solution. Car can add more value to you than the money it costs. That's about the cost benefit analysis of car versus public transport. I am sure you will have questions, and if you have anything, please ask me in the comment. Thank you so much and have a nice day. Bye.